Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a good weekend. As it comes to an end, we got to talk about Palantir Technologies because this next week of trading could be very exciting, especially with those Q3 earnings that are set to report pre-market November 2nd. Now, with that being said, we're going to be taking a look at some of the historical technical data and trading sessions that we've seen with Palantir, also taking a look at their financials and the things that they've changed in terms of how they operate their business and bringing new customers to the table. And why this is important is because this can really help increase revenue. And with the bar that's been set by Wall Street, there's been 5 bullish revisions in terms of earnings per share for those November 2nd quarter reports. Now, talking about Palantir, if you're new to the channel or returning, we're doing daily videos, keeping an eye on it. So hit that like button, subscribe for daily videos, and I can't thank you guys enough for watching. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just collecting the data and dispatching it to you. Now, let's first start off with Palantir and looking at some of the historical data. And what we do want to compare is how Palantir really traded in the last quarter report. Now, with that being said, you have Palantir that's kind of experiencing the exact same technical patterns in terms of price points and in terms of support and resistance levels that we are seeing. As you can see here, before Palantir, the last Q2 earnings that were reported, Palantir went up here to about $18 in terms of resistance. You see here about $18, $19 level where Palantir has sat here just a few days ago. We had that correction and Palantir found support here in the 16s where Palantir is sitting right now, and we had a large influx of buying pressure and confidence before those actual earnings were reported in terms of the last quarter. As those were reported, you had Palantir that basically was in line with those earnings per share projections, and they slightly missed revenue. You had a large, about 25% correction immediately, finding support here, and Palantir was kind of sitting here in this void between 13 and 16, consolidating there. What we've seen recently is Palantir, like I said, starting to gear up possibly for that same buyback point and testing the support right here at $16. We could see that further being tested or possibly a reversal being tested here within the next few days, and as earnings comes closer, boosting up into that $20 range. Now, likely, I think in my opinion, we might see that. And the reason being is because there are a lot of eyes on Palantir right now, and we even have reports from the CEO saying demand like we've never seen before. Now, one important thing that Palantir made an adjustment to, and we'll check on their website here in just a second, is the way that they are bringing in customers. And recently, we know Palantir has many different AI software products that they do sell, but they revealed the hosting of their AIP, their artificial intelligence platform bootcamp. Now, this helps bring prospective clients which identify a use case in terms of how it can be incorporated into their business within 5 days. And especially if you go right here to Palantir.com, just right on their main website, and looking right at the top here, you can see they're scheduled the AIP bootcamp from 0 to use in 5 days. And what's important about this is that Palantir has these different software products like Foundry, Gotham, Apollo. The question is, which one would be the best to use for the company? And that is what the AIP and what this bootcamp is helped use, is to identify these different types of softwares that can help these different businesses. This brings demand, and the CEO even says right here that they're seeing demand like they've never seen before. And with these AI services and with these large language models, like I said right here, they claim that they have over 100 enterprises that are currently using AIP, and the backlog of prospective customers is unlike anything that they've seen in the past 20 years. So Palantir has been in the game for a long time, and considering they're making this bold statement right here that they've seen more demand unlike anything in the past 20 years does keep me bullish from a customer growth perspective. And talking about that, finding the right fit, like I said, with that AIP bootcamp, this allows people that are testing Palantir technologies, allows them to figure out how the technology fits into the bigger picture, and will basically give them a test of all of the different AIP products. Now, why this is great, and especially what we've seen, is that this 0 to use case in 5 days is that Palantir can sell multiple products at once for some reason. Say if there's many different softwares that can incorporate it in different ways, then this can help the sales cycle increase as a positive rate for selling these AI products. With that being said, say if there's a reason for Foundry, if there's a reason for Apollo, different reasons for that, then this can help lead to more sales. And should this bootcamp really prove successful, Palantir really positioned to sell across all these different groups within the same organization. And I really agree here with Motley Fool talking about that, and as a great way to help boost its customer base, trying to lead to significant revenue growth, margin expansion, and free cash flow. And as we talk about that, continuing with their financials and the fundamentals, is that Palantir is a profitable company. And that's important because there's a lot of unprofitable companies right now in the artificial intelligence industry. So the fact that we have Palantir being a leading competitor in terms of strictly AI products, and the fact that they are profitable, we've seen revenue growth and we've seen net income growth, then Palantir is looking healthy for these upcoming Q3 results. And experts are really going to be looking at this. Especially, like I said, we're looking at 6 cents per share with revenues about 556 million. So even though Palantir does trade at a very high premium compared to the median sector for software type companies for price to sales, Palantir does have a lot of bullishness behind it. And I think the AI rally in general will need to sort itself out. And especially, how will these AI tools be incorporated for the long run? And I think the fact that before you purchase Palantir, we don't know a ton about the pricing on their models, but the fact before that you can even purchase Palantir and experience how the different softwares can help benefit the company, can help save money, can help bring more revenue, whatever the AI data analytics can help improve for these different types of clients, that can bring more demand. And especially what we've seen with Palantir is they do have great contractual businesses with the government, like that $250 million Department of Defense contract, and Palantir is expanding in the healthcare industry. And even in the past year, like we see here, the company has grown its transactions from 1 to 16% of the US healthcare sector. And remember, they are the top bidder for that United Kingdom National Health Service contract, which is worth about 480 million. So Palantir, remember, it did reach this 52-week intraday high in August, and this is where we're kind of looking at right here at this 2024. If this is tested again, and I think if earnings is beat here, especially with the upcoming quarter earnings, and we break it past that, we beat earnings, I could see Palantir pushing to new 52-week highs. Now, vice versa, if earnings is not beat, then we're going to see a large correction likely in Palantir. We could possibly come down here, test into these 13s. But right now, where I do stand, with all of the information that we've been given, with all that we can see publicly, especially with Palantir expanding its clientele, getting involved with PwC in terms of that collaboration, and not just focusing on their major revenue generator right now, which is these government contracts, then I think Palantir is going to beat these earnings. So lots of things that are happening, of course, that could also not happen. That's just my opinion, of course, and you need to take that with a grain of salt and do your own research. So don't make any decisions just based on what I'm saying. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about Palantir. But other than that, I think Palantir could have an interesting test here of resistance to the 2024. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.